Welcome to this video on formative assessment, a key element in modern, learner-centered education. Today, we'll explore what formative assessment is, why it matters, and how you can use it effectively. It's important to understand the difference between formative and summative assessment, two teaching methods that work hand in hand to give students a richer, more complete learning experience. Summative assessment measures what students have learned at the end of a unit or course, such as through final exams or standardized tests. Formative assessment, on the other hand, it's a continuous low-stakes process that helps both teachers and students gather real-time feedback on learning and use it for improvement, giving a more active role to the learner. It focuses on progress, understanding and growth, not just performance. It combines two key ideas: assessment for learning and assessment as learning. Assessment for learning means using ongoing feedback to help students improve while they are still learning. It helps teachers identify what students need next, so they can adjust instruction and better support progress. Assessment as learning, on the other hand, focuses on the student's role in the process. Learners play an active role in shaping their learning goals and experiences, developing autonomy as they use assessment to track learning outcomes, reflect on their thinking and progress through lifelong learning. Formative assessment is not just about using a few techniques. It's about shifting the mindset of both teacher and learner toward growth, curiosity, and continuous improvement. So what does it look like in practice? Let's take a look. Ms. Smith is teaching a unit on ecosystems in her 7th grade science class. She uses several formative assessment methods collected in the FormA toolkit to help her students reflect, engage, and grow throughout the week. To spark curiosity and check prior knowledge, she starts with a tripwire, a short question.
All animals in a food web are equally important. True or false?
This reveals some misconceptions and gives her a quick sense of who needs more support with the concept of interdependence. During group work, students take part in peer quizzes. Each group creates 5 quiz questions based on yesterday's lesson and then quizzes another group. This boosts recall, highlights gaps, and encourages collaboration. Ms. Smith introduces a challenging task: designing a sustainable ecosystem model. Before they begin, she presents an incidental scenario for mindset differentiation. You've been working on a model for hours and it still doesn't function. What do you do next? This prompts students to reflect on how they respond to setbacks and opens a discussion on perseverance. They can share strategies like take a break, ask the teacher, or talk it through with my group. To build confidence and promote a growth mindset, students each choose an affirmation card with messages like "Progress takes patience" or "I learn from challenges." As the week wraps up, students reflect using 2 tools. First, a 5 whys and hows discussion about their ecosystem model. This deepens their understanding of cause and effect. Then, a 3-2-1 activity. Each student writes 3 things they learned this week, 2 questions they still have, 1 thing they found especially interesting. Finally, students add entries to their learning journals, setting goals for the next project, and reflecting on what strategies helped them learn best this week. Each of these methods not only checks for understanding, but also helps students become more aware of how they learn. Ready to bring these ideas into your classroom? Explore the FormA toolkit with more than 30 practical methods and tools. It makes embedding formative assessment into everyday teaching simple and effective. FormA: small steps, big learning.